Today I have a mission, and the mission is to find a throne-looking chair. Next week Evo is joining, and we're filming some stuff, and that stuff requires a throne. My colleague Ron has suggested to me a couple of places I can check out. The first one I'm going to check today is in Boat Avenue. It's a little bit of an expensive store, but I think it might be worth it to get the right chair, even if it costs a little bit extra, because if things go according to plan, this video and this will be used for quite some time. And I think saving money is important for sure, but getting things done right is also important. So I think I need to strike a balance between these two somehow, and it needs to fit into the mood that we're going for. So the throne is intended as an opening scene in a kind of a company video. It's kind of a crazy video because there's a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, and a lot of complicated concepts that need to be, just need to come across. So the furniture store, the first one that I'm visiting today, is in a place called Boat Avenue. This is the first place that I took my wife when we first moved here, because I wanted her to see that we had a steady supply of cheeses. Although they're a little bit expensive here, life is kind of better with cheese, especially for my wife. So this is the store. Villa Mart, Boat Avenue. And this is the furniture store that I'm hoping to find my throne in. So, mission failed. They did not have any throny looking chair, other than one I can put a pre-order for and get in 4 months. So, since I need to shoot something next week, that does not work. So I'm gonna go for a contingency plan here. I'm even open to getting a straight up wooden chair and spraying it golden so it looks like a throne. I'm literally just looking for something that can be perceived as a throne. That's it. I'm using my Insta360 GO 3S at the moment. The audio on that camera is not the best. Hence, I'm using my DJI Mic 2, this one here.
Southwest.
It's gonna make it a little bit of a pain for me to sync up the audio.
200 meters. Continue following the road.
Okay, I guess we're not going to be talking that much without interruptions. Let me just finish getting out of here, guys, and I'll chat a little bit later. So right now I'm driving past Homa, which is kind of a service department thing with digital nomads in mind. It's a new build. Me and my wife thought about living here, but if we have an option to have our own house, our own yard, and our own private pool, when in the world are we going to have that option or that opportunity again? My guess is never. So we decided to go all out, and we used the same amount of budget we had for rent in Hong Kong. We decided to give ourselves the same amount in allowance here in Phuket. And now we have an exorbitant amount of electricity bill, because pools need a lot of filtration, and that takes a lot of energy, and energy is not cheap here. Electricity is much cheaper in Hong Kong compared to Phuket. The predominant means of transportation here is, no surprise, scooters, because fuel is just so inexpensive. There is a bus here, but the traffic is just absolutely insane here. It's so slow that it doesn't really, it's not a realistic option. You kind of just have to have a scooter or a car. That's just how Phuket works. It doesn't really matter if that frustrates you or not. That's just the way it is. If that's a deal breaker for you, then Phuket is not for you. I honestly really enjoyed having a fantastic public transportation system in Hong Kong, because it gave me a lot more opportunities and chances to chat as I was in transport, like, you know, writing emails or messages to friends at home in a different time zone. And that is no longer the case, especially with the traffic here in Phuket. You know, the driving culture here is very, very different from what I'm used to. And I feel like I need to be awake all of the time. Otherwise, I'll be at risk injuring someone. And that is the last thing I want to have happened. Sorry about that, guys. Needed to concentrate a little bit.
Turn left.
And in Hong Kong, this was not really a thing. I didn't have to think about traffic. I was in the MTR or I was in a minibus, and I could just like fully check out. I could just be on my phone and not look up for a long time. But this is completely different. I have to be hyper vigilant. Sorry, I got distracted. I remember now what I wanted to mention. So,
turn left.
I really, really don't want to cause anyone injury, because I used to train jiu-jitsu some years ago, and for those of you who are familiar with jiu-jitsu in particular, you know, you're going quite hard against each other in sparring, and it's quite easy to get injured, especially if you're going really hard. And I've been injured multiple times. Like, you know, I've torn ligaments, I've torn muscles, I really, like, you know, really injured myself badly, and I'm okay with that. That's on me. But I have had an instance where I was perhaps going a little bit hard with a friend. You know, I feel like, you know, when you're going with someone that is a friend and someone that you're close with, you're kind of able to go a little bit extra hard, because you know if your friend wants to go hard or not. He'll tell you, he'll be honest with you. And when you find a friend that you can go hard with, that's kind of special. And I really enjoyed going hard with this guy, my friend in Shanghai, Mike, who currently lives in the States. And he was going for an R-bar on me, and unfortunately I kind of spazzed out. I was kind of like just wanted to get my arm out of there, and I threw him on his shoulder, so he broke his collarbone into 3 different pieces. And to be completely honest, that felt way worse to me, to hurt him as opposed to getting hurt myself. All right, location 2, we have arrived. Excuse the audio, I'm a little bit too lazy to set up the DJI Mic 2 just for a 10-second clip, but this might be a reason for me to go for a DJI Osmo, because I believe that action camera has the ability to have the mini mics automatically synced up and connected to the camera, and not having to sync up the audio after the fact, not having to deal with that would be a massive upgrade. To be honest, I feel like the audio from the Insta360 GO it's adequate, but it's not good, and I'm not striving for adequate. So that didn't go according to plan. I found a kind of a workable chair, but it's a little bit too expensive. It's almost $1,000 US, which is crazy. I have another store that I'm gonna go to, which is a little bit closer to home. Let's see. I'm having a look at their webpage now. I'm not gonna go unless I see at least something that's promising. Okay, so I have one more stop and 2 more shops to go. Coincidentally, these 2 shops are next to one another. One of them is kind of a local, kind of 90% of the furniture are made out of wood. That one probably will have some options for me, but I'll need to spray paint those gold. The other store is called Home Pro. It's a little bit more like electronics and, you know, kitchens, septic tanks, beds, like, you know, everything. that your home potentially needs, and that store is a little bit more pricey. Originally, I had found the chair that I wanted to go for in that store, but to get stock takes like from 40 to 60 days, and I'm planning to shoot next week. So I'm just planning to have a look at both of the little bit more of a local aesthetic shop with the wooden options, and just to see what HomePro has in stock, just to see if there's anything that can potentially be used. I have a third store, which is also a HomePro, a newly opened HomePro close to where we live, which I'm also going to check on the way back. And after that, I feel like I've kind of went through all the options and all the different types of stores that could help find what I need. I have kind of a backup plan. I have kind of that like a super expensive chair that I found a few stores back, but ideally I don't want to use that much of the budget onto a chair that's going to be used once. So let's see what I can find in the upcoming store. So I'm gonna start with the more local style store, the one with the wooden furniture. Now, just as I was driving past it, I'm a little bit uncertain if they actually have furniture. Look like, I don't know, crazy stuff. So they clearly have a very vivid imagination, and this is all very fantastical. Now I just need to see if they have a chair. Let me go inside and have a look without being a weirdo recording myself with the camera. Can you believe it? A store that has a human-sized rooster. Does not have a throne. It's worth a try. Okay, I'm gonna go into HomePro now. The slightly more pricey option. And let's see if they got what I need. So that did not yield any results. Today is Thursday. I got tomorrow to figure this out, but next week it's gonna be shooting time, so I need to figure this out before next week. So mission failed. I didn't find anything, but I have a game plan. I found gold spray paint, and tomorrow I'm going to find out a wooden chair that has some grandiose design to it, mostly just the arms of the chair, because me and Evo's coming next week. Evo is like really good with augmented reality and like green screen and, you know, special effects for video. So Evo can definitely kind of work in the design of the armrests into the back of the chair. As long as the armrests of the chair are throny looking enough, and as long as we can spray paint it looking gold, we're good. So even though I didn't get what I needed today, I feel like I got to a good decision. Yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. I absolutely categorically hate running, yet I do it at least twice a week, ideally 4 times a week.